So I recently got a load of teak in. It's nice stuff. This is teak from Burma, Burmese teak. This is the best stuff. I noticed something. A lot of it's got this logo here, LS, stamped in it, and some have a circle with a 1. So I'm looking at it and thinking, it doesn't look like it's fresh cut. I mean, it looks old. And it doesn't have much smell. So I looked up that stamp in the end. See what I can find out. Using grok, of course, my favorite. Yep, that's Burma teak right there. The newer ones, the material cut after the 90s always has some kind of a detail on the end of the board. In order to leave the country, they have to have some, either a little rabbit or a dado, or sometimes there's a piece of wood nailed on the end, or sometimes they're just brass tacks put on there. But this material doesn't have that, and it has this old stamp. And when I look it up, it says this is pre-90s stamp lumber, standard lumber, and likely the material was graded not for export and warehoused since maybe the 50s or 60s. And the reason I believe it's so old is because this material has no smell to it. Normally, when you cut a piece of teak, I mean, you just bring a piece of teak into the shop and it's got a smell. But this stuff, it's wet too, so it's super heavy. Now it's been likely to have no smell. This material, even when I'm resawing it on the bandsaw, for that to have no smell, it must be 50 to 75 years since it was cut. And what's happened in that time is those volatile compounds, the smell, has basically evaporated. Aren't these cool? Might make a table or a picture frame out of those. So cool. So those compounds have evaporated. And it takes decades and decades for that to occur through thick stock like this. And so you might ask, who cuts teak, stockpiles it for 75 years to sell it now in 2026? Look at that grain. zoom in on that? Good camera skills. Which also leads to the question, what is a 9" by 2 1/4 by 10-foot chunk of Burmese teak worth these days? Just over $1,000. No big deal. And why would you leave it wet for 70 years? Well, that way it doesn't crack, of course, because wood shrinks when it dries. So to prevent defects, they would either let it soak literally in a pond, keep it wet, never dry it, keep it out of the sun for sure. And you can see this material has no checking. You might have heard something about teak not being available anymore, at least from Myanmar, former Burma. And there's some sort of conflict there where all of the different provinces, that's what they call them, different areas, different ethnic groups, they're all in conflict, and Western countries won't purchase teak from Myanmar anymore because it enriches the military, and apparently they're up to no good. I mean, how cool. Antique teak. Cut before I was born. You don't get that every day, do you? So we've got rare material. It's more of a test just to see if you can hear me. I got a new microphone, you see. It's supposed to have noise canceling technology where I can run a saw and you can hear me. probably thinking, well, what the heck? This guy's using the jointer in a pretty funny way. Putting the unstable side down. Well, don't worry, I've got a reason for this. These boards are so heavy. I'll go to the far end here, and otherwise I can't even hold that plank down with all my weight. I'm a pretty skinny guy though. Okay, so what we're after here is a smooth, fair curve, because that's going to get resawn on the bandsaw. So we don't need this to be dead flat. We just need it to be smooth or fair. And look at the grain on that one. Okay, I'll do a 90 and then we'll go to the bandsaw. Start this up. That teak pitch just gets stuck all over the blade and then it barely starts because of the friction. All right. So we're resawing about a ½ inch. I've got this rollerblade wheel pressure thing here. Puts the right pressure right where the cutter's cutting. Now this setup produces lengths with a tolerance of about ½ millimeter plus or minus. Carbide tip blade. I think just the bandsaw blade was $600. You need that for teak because it's got so much silica that your high-speed steel blades are toast after about 3 cuts. I don't know if you knew this, but fresh cut teak, it's green inside. That will quickly oxidize to that brown teak color that you can see. And it's wet, so the dust is sticking, oily and wet. Now, even though the smell is long gone, I can faintly smell it, but the oils have not evaporated. So don't worry, the oil that keeps the rot resistant qualities is still there. But because it's wet, I'm going to stick it, stack it and stick it. Run a heater and a dehumidifier and a big fan, circulate the air all around, and dry it down until it stops shrinking. Somewhere around probably 15% would be good. Well, if you made it this far, you're a super wood nerd like me. And there's nothing better than being the person who gets to mill the teak and see all the cool grain.